Hi Loomers, it's Michelle from Rainbow Loom, and today we'll be learning how to use the new Braid and Bead kit. This new kit helps you combine string beaded bracelets with rubber band bracelets so you get the best of both worlds on your wrist. In the Braid and Bead kit, you get 6 types of beads, $3.90 total. Plus, plastic needles to help you thread the beads. And 2 threads, one orange and one yellow. Then 2 types of clips. One of them is our new Easy Clip and my new favorite for closing off bracelets. So you can make rubber band bracelets with this kit without using the string. The second is the Combo Clasp, which is the magic behind how we combine rubber bands and string beaded bracelets. Then you get 2,000 bands in 5 colors. And 2 types of looms to vary the types of creations that you can make. First is the Autoloom. I like using this to make the classic fishtail bracelets really fast. I think my fastest time for a full-length bracelet is just under 2 minutes. The second is the handheld finger loom, where you can make bracelets that use up to 4 pegs. Let's get started making our braid and bead bracelet. We will be making one similar to this. I'd highly recommend starting with the beads first, because you can adjust the size of the bracelet more precisely with the rubber bands later on. According to the instructions, we will cut a piece of thread 12 inches long, or around 30.48 centimeters long. So get out your thread and measure 12 inches. Then cut the thread using scissors. If you need assistance with the scissors, please reach out to a trusted adult to help you. And when you're done, you can put the rest of the thread away. Then take out your plastic needle and pull the thread that we just cut through the hole of the plastic needle. Then line up both ends of the thread, and we will tie a simple knot towards the end. Like this. I'm making a loop with the threads and pulling the ends of the threads through the loop. Try to get the knot close to the ends of the threads. The knot will help us keep our beads in place. Pull tightly on the knot to secure it. Then you can cut off the ends of the threads. One thing to note when making these braid and bead bracelets is that the combo clasp does eat up a little bit of your string, so you should always leave a few millimeters of space between the last bead and the last knot. So I'm going to place on the combo clasp now just to demonstrate that. All you have to do is locate the 2 raised bumps on the inside of the combo clasp and place the simple knot just above that. So it gets held in place by the raised bumps. Then you can close the combo clasp. You can see that a few millimeters of string gets eaten up by the combo clasp. I will leave this on while we add the beads to the string here. Move the plastic needle until it's at the halfway point on the thread. On one end, I have my combo clasp, and on the other end, I have my plastic needle. We will thread beads through the needle and onto the string next. Get out your beads, and you can start placing the beads onto the thread. There are so many options to choose from. Once you have finished deciding what beads you want on your bracelet, just slide them onto the plastic needle. I like placing some beads on the plastic needle first, just because I'm a little indecisive and sometimes I want to change out the beads or change their order. Just make sure that you leave around 2 inches or 5 centimeters of room from the last bead to the plastic needle, just so that we can tie a knot at the end. Once you have committed to some beads, then you can just slide them onto the thread. Again, make sure that the plastic needle is in the middle of the threads. I'm sliding the beads one by one all the way down to the combo clasp. After sliding on all the beads, we will cut the loop created by the thread. Cut the thread close to where the plastic needle is, and try to leave at least 2 inches or 5 centimeters of space between the last bead and the ends of the threads. Just like what we did in the beginning, we will tie a simple knot. This time though, we will tie the knot close to where the last bead is. Push the beads down to the first knot. I would recommend leaving a couple millimeters of space between the last bead and the knot we're going to tie next, because the combo clasp eats up a little bit of the string, and we don't want the bands to be too tight. So, tie a simple knot by creating a loop with both threads and pulling the ends of the threads through that loop. Move the knot so that it's around 4 millimeters away from the last bead, and then you can tighten the knot in place. Cut away the excess thread, and when I put on the combo clasp, which you put it on the same way as before, you can see that even though the string gets eaten up a little bit, there is still room for the beads to sit comfortably on. And then we can work on the rubber band part of our bracelet. Again, in this kit, you get 2 different types of looms. The Autoloom is best for making fishtail bracelets, single chain bracelets, and their variations. With the finger loom, you can make bracelets that use up to 4 pegs. We have a playlist on our channel of finger loom bracelets that you can make. We will also link some videos below for you to check out, made by people within the Rainbow Loom community. We already have a full video on how to use the Autoloom posted, so I will just show you a quick overview on using the Autoloom, and if you need more assistance, you can check out the video link below. We will place bands on these top pegs here. To make a fishtail bracelet, place the first band in a figure 8 shape like this across the 2 pegs. I'm also pushing it down until it hits the bottom of the pegs here. From the top, you can see the figure 8 shape a bit more clearly. Then we're going to stack 2 more bands on top. So take another single band and place it across the 2 pegs, no more twisting. Then place another single band on top. Make sure that these bands do not overlap. Then you will push up on the bottom tab here with the arrow and let go once it gets pushed fully in. Lastly, tap the bands on top to push them down. To repeat, just place a band across the 2 pegs, push the bottom tab up, and tap the bands. Again, place, push, and tap. And just repeat placing, pushing, and tapping. If you need more assistance with the Autoloom, I will link a tutorial that Angelin did, which also goes over troubleshooting steps. So we will just continue this until this fishtail chain, plus the beads, is long enough to go around our wrist comfortably. We can place on one side of our beads to make this easier. Since I already have both of the combo clasps on, I will just undo one of the combo clasps so that we can hook the cap band on it, which is the first rubber band of our fishtail chain. So I'm opening up the combo clasp, and we can place on the 2 loops of our cap band or the first rubber band of our chain. For me, it's this pink band. Then you can close the combo clasp again. This will lock in the rubber bands and the string beads. Now you can continue adding on rubber bands until your bracelet is long enough. My bracelet is now long enough to go around my wrist, so instead of adding another rubber band on, we're going to loom this one more time so that there is just 1 band left on the Autoloom's pegs. Then we're going to undo the combo clasp again and place the 2 loops of the last band here on the pegs onto the combo clasp. I'm first going to move one side of the band over to the other peg. Then I'm undoing the other side of the combo clasp. I'm using the hook of the combo clasp to scoop up the 2 loops of the last band here. After grabbing both loops of the last band, make sure that the knot of the string is still in place and you can close the combo clasp. And now your bracelet is complete. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and if you make any bracelets using the combo clasps or this kit, we would love to see them. Please tag us at official_RainbowLoom and use the hashtag RainbowLoom so that we can see your creations on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We also host weekly giveaways on our Instagram called our Loom Star of the Week contest, where you can win some fun prizes, so be sure to follow us there. In the description box below, you can find where to purchase your own Rainbow Loom products. We have so many kits available, and there's honestly something for everyone. We are also selling some Rainbow Loom products on our TikTok shop, so if you're in the US, check out our store, which has some exclusive products and deals that you can't find anywhere else. And again, thanks for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.